So I had a trademark rejected for not being distinctive.
Okay.
Essentially, what I was trying to do is make it more distinctive by combining two words, but in hindsight, I understand why it was turned down. An example would be launching a shaving cream brand called Shaving Cream. I'd like some advice from people that have had a similar issue about which ways still work without infringing on the brands, but add a distinction. For example, in co at the end, so it becomes Shaving Co. Is that going to do it? I think there's a little bit more continuation here. So it becomes Shaving Cream Co. Is that distinctive just by adding co, sort of short for company? Any ideas? Be welcome.
Yeah, no, pretty straightforward. So kind of two things here. I'll take the easiest one first. Adding co to a brand, does that make what would otherwise be a merely descriptive or generic trademark somehow distinctive? Does not.
Okay.
If you add a descriptor to an already descriptive trademark, you're just left with a larger descriptive trademark.
All right.
And not only is it descriptive, it's probably merely descriptive, and that's kind of the bar for can't be merely descriptive. That's one of the bars to registration for trademarks. Back to the original question about like taking two distinct words and smashing them together, right? Creating a composite trademark from two words. Yes, you can potentially register two words as a composite trademark, but one of those words needs to be suggestive or arbitrary or fanciful. You can't combine two merely descriptive words into a singular word and expect the USPTO to allow it to register. They're never going to do that. So that's the test, is that they break the words apart, and if they say shaving, cream, you sell some sort of shaving accessories, descriptive, right? Add co to the end, still descriptive. So you really need to find a brand that is highly suggestive of the product without, hitting people over the head with what the product is. It's a fine line, right? You want to kind of evoke what the product or the service is, but you can't use the actual term or name for the thing to get a trademark registration.
Okay. Maybe a different question. I'll just ask you, so I'm thinking about it. You've got the two words, shave and nation. Okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about keeping those two words separate, or Shave Nation as one word?
Yeah, I see more and more clients going towards unitary kind of composite trademarks, one word. The reason
you're right, Pinterest, all these,
Shave Nation, one word. And I kind of like that personally because it's very clear to the viewer of the branding that this is a trademark. This is a brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're basically just smashing these two words together and calling it Shave Nation. Both would work from a trademark registration perspective. The word shave would obviously be descriptive and would have to be disclaimed during the application process.
Even if it's part of the same word, they would still split it off and just say, hey, look, practically this is like two.
The word shave is still descriptive. So you can't enforce the word shave separate and apart from the mark as a whole, which is Shave Nation.
Got it.
But I see more clients going towards that one word trademark. And I'm generally like in support of that. I think it makes things a little bit easier. The only downside is that clients need to be consistent with how they use those unitary trademarks or those composite trademarks. What I mean by that is that, if you're going to do Shave Nation one word, then you better always use it Shave Nation one word. So if you don't think you can make that Shave Nation word trademark work in a logo without, horizontally stacking it, then you might consider, splitting the words up into two words.
That's awesome.
So that's something that I think is really important too, is that I see a lot of newer entrepreneurs with a brand like Shave Nation, but then they're using it in multiple different iterations and formats, space, no space, caps here, caps there, so just be consistent with your trademark usage.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice we have a little bit extra time. We can kind of take, kind of explore some of these. So, and I've seen brands evolve, right?
Yep.
Where it was Shave Nation and now it's just this SN, right? That sort of looks like the shave.
It happens all the time.
So how does that, walk us through that? How do you go after new trademarks over time, or, abandon, if you will, or do you try to hang on to old?
Yeah, good question. So, when we file trademarks for clients in the US, we're kind of given two primary options: word marks and design marks. Design marks protect logos, color, font, imagery, that sort of thing. Stylization, whereas a word mark just protects the letters of the name or the numbers in the trademark. So Generally speaking, if we can get the word marks registered, that's what we want, because if the client changes the branding in the future, then they don't have to refile the new logo every time they rebrand, right? And clients rebrand pretty often. It's not uncommon for clients to rebrand every 5 years, something like that. So word marks are really powerful for that. So if we can get them, that's always kind of my first kind of push to the client is like, let's go with the word mark. You might be in multiple classes of goods and services, and maybe you don't have the funds to file in all those classes right now, but to start with, we're going to file the word mark typically. And then if you come back and you want to expand your services and things like that, then we'll probably look at filing a design mark to kind of soak up some of those other services that you're offering. So I like to do kind of a little bit of both. I'll look towards a word mark first. That's kind of the primary focus for me is let's get a word mark registered. But there might be some reasons why it would behoove the client to register a design logo mark instead.
Okay. Is it true generally you can have both and, let's say you're selling, little shaver kits and all you got on the kit is this SN, the portion of the website, other marketing you have, Shave Nation.
Yep.
They can coexist. Okay. You're not.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all. So in that particular case, maybe we do this quite a bit with apparel companies. And so the example with an apparel company, much similar to the shave company, would be maybe the website we have the logo registered because it's prominently displayed on the website. So class 35 online retail for the logo. And then we're going to do the apparel. Maybe it's just a word mark for the apparel, or maybe it's just a word mark for SN for the shave kit itself, because that's what the branding it's on the product. But I always try to get clients to, again, be consistent with the branding. So if they have, SN for the actual kit, maybe it's SN, Shave Nation below it a little bit. So at least there's some connection to the mother brand.
Right. Awesome.